use it as well. Boats
No
over the
way.
horizon. They do. They say that Aristotle figured it out when he saw boats being obscured bottom up. And what I've come to the conclusion at this point is that is not happening at all. I
Well, let's
live.
take a look at it. So you said I'm going to have to go visit those websites and ask them, okay, this goes back to what we were talking about before, right? With the scientific method. When you're viewing that, you're only observing a phenomenon. What's your experiment? What's your independent variable
Well,
in
that's
this
why it's not
experiment?
scientifically. It can't be
Yeah,
scientifically determined.
you're you're just observing something and then making up a just so story. See, this lines up
Absolutely.
with all the rest of the junk,
Well, let me
right?
go ahead and do this just so that we're on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up this Skunk Bay footage because I think
Okay.
seeing is believing.
All right, let me stop sharing.
Let's see. Laps. Appreciate your patience, folks, but this is a big issue of mine. It's something that really makes me angry. That this is,
Yeah.
it really pisses me off that this one gets used still. I mean, if you're intellectually honest with yourself, you're going to look at this, and if you have a different response than what I'm trying to explain here, then there's something wrong because this footage shows it quite clearly. So here, let me go ahead and screen share this. All right, 1 second, folks. And I'll present. Let me choose the correct one.
Did you stop me or stop my screen share?
Yes, yes. Okay,
Okay.
so let me make sure this is up and going here. I think it should be. 1 second, folks. I appreciate your patience. Now, if it is going, just take a look here at, yes, it is. Okay, great. Now, this is early in the morning, and so you're going to see a little variation here, but please pay attention to the shore as I'm pointing out here with my mouse. Pay attention to the shore, pay attention to this house, these objects back here, and I'll stop it when we get to the point, but I want you to see the fluctuation of it's already occurring. It's already occurring with the day getting hotter. Now it looks like it's going down a bit. You'll see it start to go up a bit. There we go. There's a mirage effect right there. See, it's waving. Now, look at that. There's another good one. Now, imagine, now, mind you, this is a time lapse. So that's something that happened over a 15, 20-minute period, probably. So that, if you were standing on the shore and you had that line come across like you did and you're looking at a boat, well, it's inconclusive as to what's happening. Now look at it. Is that the curvature of the earth blocking out this house here? Oh, it went back down again. Don't worry about it. So this footage is what did it for me in my research. Now, I've gone out to the Gulf of Mexico with binoculars. Oh, look at that. Hold on a second. There's the curvature of the earth, guys. Pack it up, John.
Yeah, go ahead. It's good.
Pack it up. Oh, oh my goodness, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go out to the Gulf with binoculars, and on a clear, crisp day, I can see 20 miles damn near. But on a hot, humid day, those boats look like they're going over curvature 5 miles out because of that. It's the atmospheric conditions, everyone. Now, this is not some type of,
it looks like the bay's getting flooded.
right? Look at that. There's curvature. Oh, look, it's round too. There's the curvature. You see it? But this is, and it gets better too once it gets to around 4 o'clock. This has been my biggest pet peeve because if we want to be intellectually honest out here about these topics, this needs to be clarified. It needs to be spoken about, and we need to correct our arguments and sharpen our arguments to keep this in consideration, because
That's
the people who argue against the notion of the Earth might being flat say that this is curvature, essentially. That when you're looking over, you know, a straight shot of boats on the horizon and whatnot, and they're being obscured, that's what they claim is the curvature. And just oh, and this also goes for when you're looking at a city across. So if you're looking at, you know, Chicago and you take a picture of Chicago skyline, they'll be like, well, there it is, 300 feet obscured. That should be, you know, right around the time that you should, you know, see the curvature. That's what it is. That's a fallacious argument. It's absolutely fallacious. This is what we're dealing with here, people.
Yeah, that it just showed in the last 25 seconds or so every single element of atmospheric or terrestrial refraction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for me, this is what kept me on my path. When I realized this, because that was a big one for me. Obstruction was a big one for me. I'm like, oh, well, you know what? It kind of makes sense. The math kind of makes sense. It matches up. But when you realize the atmosphere has such an effect of just 2 miles, we'll say that's about 2 miles. What do you think, John? About 2 miles of that shore?
That's a good question, man.
Well, fair, whatever. All I'm saying is this is short. This is a short distance away. Now imagine looking over 42 miles of a lake, okay, and seeing, even though it was taken out of a time lapse, I don't know if everybody's seen those Chicago skylines footage, but there is some obstruction when you take the picture sometimes, and then there's not on other times. So my whole argument is this is exactly what we're dealing with here. It is just simply, oh, shoot, 1 second, guys. Where's the other one? Here's another one real quick. I want to show you this other one called the Ghost Boat. Oh, shit. Yeah. 1 second, guys. Take a look at this refraction effect.
Oh, I've seen that before. That's a joke.
It's no, it's not. It's real. It's reflection. This is reflecting the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. It's reflecting the sky, and yet it looks like there's a false horizon. See, people would perceive that to be the horizon when really it's where the boat is. So that's another effect of refraction.
It's reflecting the water. Yeah, you can't see the water, the texture of the water. Yeah,
exactly.
I've seen it a long time ago.
Exactly. Now, here is one of the best footages I've seen of boats dealing with these mirage effects, and this person points it all out as we go. And you know, I'll put these links in the description here. Look, there's a reflecting layer right here. So really, that's where the horizon is, but you have this reflecting going on here. But this has gone over extensively by many, many other people who are researching this topic. And I just wanted to touch on it quickly, just so that people can please